everybody. Okay, so this is a video I wanted to do. I was thinking about doing it, and then I talked myself into it because you guys seemed to like it the last time I did something like this. So this is gonna be my final video about this case because it's over and whatever. But the reason why I wanted to do an extra video on top of the verdict, which I already did, it's already published, so you can watch it now if you want. It's only 2 minutes. I promise. That one's only 2 minutes. Okay. So this one's going to include a lot because it's going to include my thoughts about a lot of things about the case, and then I'm going to wrap it up, and like I said, that'll be the end of it. So, okay. Like I did in most of my videos, I'm going to talk about everything from the wardrobe to emotions to all the stuff. So this one is going to be longer than 2 minutes. I'm sure of it. Okay. And so I just want to tell you guys, like, it would really help me out if you guys would like and share my videos if you like them. I mean, if you have friends who you think would like the content, then share it with them, please. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start from the last day because I already did this for every day that was in court, right? Okay, so they're still going with trying to look like grandma and who wouldn't hurt anybody, right? So the final outfit was a blue cardigan or sweater. I'm not sure if it was a cardigan, but over a blue striped shirt for Mrs. Adelson. Okay, now for the attorneys, well, somebody commented on the woman's Jackie's wardrobe. I really didn't see it because I didn't stick around for the defense closing. But I hear that it was a lot of table pounding, podium pounding. Okay, now remember what I always say. When you have the facts on your side, you pound on the facts. When you have the law on your side, you pound on the law. When you have nothing on your side, you pound on the table. So, yeah. Okay. And apparently she got mad at the jury and said, one thing she said was, I don't think you're paying attention to the jury, which is not the best way to go because you want the jury in your corner, okay? And you know what they say, you get more flies with honey than vinegar, the whole thing. And also, she just had the wrong tone, I believe. Okay. So then the prosecution, which is what I had listened to more than the defense, the lead prosecuting attorney was in a red suit. Red. I have never seen somebody in a red suit before in court. I've seen blue, I've seen white, I've seen black, kind of, but never red. So that was an interesting choice. But I believe if you take away the wardrobe, I believe she had all the facts and stuff, and she just used what she had. She didn't dress it up too much. She didn't exaggerate. She just said, "Here's what I have," and she did what I like, which is focusing on the victim, because a lot of people focus on the possible convict or whoever, and they forget the victim, okay? But it's about the victim, because if it didn't happen to the victim, we wouldn't be here. And most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, or better, the victim did not choose for that to happen to them, did not warrant that to happen to them. So, you know, yeah, she just talked about how Danny was a good guy and how his kids are going to be without a father and how that's so wrong, which it is, but she had the right emotion behind it. And like I said, I talked about this in the earlier video, but it only took 3 hours and like, I don't know, somewhere between over 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, and 3.5 hours. And that's really not that long because they started deliberating at 4:18 p.m. The only reason I know that is because one of the law channels, I think it was Law and Crime, talked about when they started deliberating down to the minute. And then when I found out about the verdict, it was 7:45, I think. So yeah, okay. Take 4:18 to 7:45. So that's 3 hours and 30 minutes, give or take. You know, not too long. So yeah, I don't know. And then the other thing I'm going to comment on is the fact that a lot of people talked about her reaction, Donna's reaction to the verdict, because I told you that she was found guilty on all the charges, right? Well, the first time they said guilty of unaliving, they didn't say that, but you know, you can connect the dots. She started crying, or it sounded like crying. Well, a lot of people have commented on it and they think it was crocodile tears. She wasn't really crying for the victim. She was crying for herself, I guess. I don't know because I don't like to take that leap because I can't get into someone's brain and tell you exactly what they were thinking at that moment. So I don't like to guess about that kind of thing. So, but she's 75 years old, and it's a mandatory life sentence. So she's spending the rest of her life in prison. Um, yeah. And then, like I said, the other ones that they didn't do the sentence for that's all going to be decided on October 14th. So, if you're interested in that kind of thing, then just keep that date on your calendar. And if I can think about it, I'll watch it and do another video if it's interesting. If it's not, I just may do a little thing, but say, as expected and whatever happened, you know. But this will be the final one, so. Hope you guys enjoyed my coverage, and thank you for all the views. Thank you for all the support. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. It's usually on the bottom, and it would help me out a lot, so I really appreciate it. Thank you.